Today I'm going to show you a trick with Python virtual environments that can save you a ton of work if you're using your own created libraries in many or all of your projects. This is actually two tricks in one. The first is the editable install, which I've talked about before in its own video, and I'll link that in the description. The second is the system site package inheritance property of virtual environments. You combine these two and you have a way to instantly share a package you've created for local use across all your projects at once, and you'll never have to manually update those shared packages. So let's see how this works. Let's begin with an underlying installation of Python in the system. Right now, this Python has almost nothing natively installed in it except for pip itself, and that's typically what we want. The underlying installation should be kept as clean as possible to avoid conflicts and complications. Let's now create a new project with a fresh virtual environment in it. And by default, when we do this, the only package present in the virtual environment is a local copy of pip itself. Anything we might have installed in the global Python, as it's called, won't show up in the venv by design. The default behavior of a venv is not to inherit the packages present in the global installation, not even pip. Pip is installed separately into the venv and is kept updated apart from any other copy of pip, including the global one. To make this point clearer, I'm going to install something into the global Python package set. This is a project that I have locally on the system. It's an experimental project that I use to make standalone runnable copies of Python programs, and it's called PyDeploy. I'll link to it in the description on the video. If I install this into the underlying Python and then use pip in the venv to list the installed packages, PyDeploy does not show up. However, I can change this behavior pretty easily with a little bit of hackery. If I go into the venv directory and edit pyvenv.config, I can change the venv behavior. All I need to do is set include system site packages to true, save the file, and then start a newly activated instance of the venv. And now if I do pip list in the venv, you'll see PyDeploy is present there. That's really useful. We could install something into our underlying Python instance and make it selectively available. However, if this is a project whose source we have locally hosted and which we're actively developing, we'd have to manually reinstall that project into the underlying Python every time we wanted those changes to show up in all the projects where we're doing this. Well, there's a solution for this too. It's the editable install. If you have the source for a project hosted locally, as I do with PyDeploy, you can use a single flag, E, to install the project into a Python instance in such a way that it doesn't copy the files over. Instead, it places a reference to where the source lives. So I'm going to uninstall PyDeploy from the underlying Python, and then I'm going to use pip install -e, and then the path to our source. When we do this, we're going to have an editable install of that project placed in the underlying Python instance. And for every venv where we allow site packages to be included, we'll have PyDeploy also available. And best of all, any changes to PyDeploy's source will be automatically reflected across all of those venvs. Now, if you have multiple installations of Python present in your system, for instance by way of a tool like UV, you can use that to set up different baseline Python installations for some sets of tools exposed in this fashion. But honestly, if you're getting to that stage of complexity, you might just want to automate creating venvs that have the packages you need and use editable installs for those. And that's it for this episode. If you liked it, leave a comment below, and don't forget to follow Dev with Serdar and InfoWorld on Facebook, YouTube, and InfoWorld.com.